How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. We've got something a little bit different for you today. We're going to be going ahead and starting a Draft to Glory series up. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is prepping ourselves for Team of the Season, which normally is out around May time. Now, obviously, with what's going on in the world, we're not 100% sure on that. But what I want to do is kind of play a load of drafts and get some packs stored up, ready, to have some packs kind of to open for you guys when that comes around over on the Twitch stream, which, if you're not following me, I do stream every single day at the minute over on twitch.tv/FIFA Analyst. The link is in the description below, so make sure you head on over to there. Now, what are we actually going to be doing throughout this kind of series, and at least for this episode? This is probably something that you can chuck on in the background while you're doing something else. You can watch the gameplay, whatever you want to do, whatever suits you. We're going to be going ahead and answering a lot of questions. What I've done is I put a tweet out on Twitter, again, which is at the FIFA Analyst, if you're interested in that, and just said any questions, fire them over, and I'm going to go through, talk about things FIFA, things about me, how I got into YouTube, all that sort of thing, and just kind of go ahead and do it. So it's going to be more of a chilled one. So yeah, you can kind of do what you guys want to do. If you do enjoy the video, please do let me know by dropping a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 p.m. Also, we do run a Discord server, which has got over 1,000 members in now, which is a place for you guys to join. You can ask for friendlies, tactics, squad building, all that sort of thing, where if you've ever got any questions, any advice, that's the best place for you to go and do that. Now, if you are not aware what drafts are, if you don't do them too much, essentially the way we're entering them with FIFA points, so put some FIFA points onto the account, just kind of get them started. And what you do is you go ahead and you build a team. We're trying to aim for 100 chemistry, trying to build the best team that we can possibly get. And again, this was taken over from the Twitch stream, so you guys can get involved in it. You can help me build the players, all of that good stuff as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's a little bit different sort of content here on the channel, not really something that we do a massive amount of. We're still going to have our normal sort of videos, but just another little series to kind of keep us ticking along and keep providing you guys with a lot of value. We're going to go though, and we're going to start going through some of these questions and see what we're looking at. I haven't really looked at the questions too much yet, so I don't know what I'm walking into. So this is going to be all fun and games. We're going to start off with Josh though. He says, when did you decide to become a coach rather than push to be a pro? I remember the series and why. So for a bit of background for you guys, I started playing FIFA. Well, I played FIFA all my life as a kid, obviously, as a lot of us do. I started really taking it seriously on FIFA 18. I stopped playing from FIFA 13 till FIFA 18. I didn't play any of the FIFAs between then. And my mate told me about Foot Champions, and I was like, what's that? And he said, you can finish top 100, you get these rewards, all that sort of stuff. And I'm a competitive guy. I wanted to know, how can I get involved in that? So I picked it up in the December of that year on FIFA 18 and started playing there. And basically, my first weekend league, I played on normal big TV, just had a go. And I finished Gold 2, which 40 games wasn't that bad, really, because I had not played FIFA in quite a long time. It was respectable, let's say. And I was like, wow, I thought I'd do a lot better than that. I thought I'd be hitting elite, I thought I'd be doing much, much better, like just because, being that competitive drive, and I was a little bit disappointed. And then I kept playing and I wasn't getting better. I just carried on finishing the gold, and I was just getting really annoyed and angry with myself, doing what a lot you lot do, where, you blame the game, you blame everything and anything but yourself. And I thought, how can I improve? I was watching these streamers, I was watching the YouTubers, same as what you guys do. And I thought, I'm going to start looking back at my gameplay. So, I started streaming, just as a bit of a thing to do, really, and mainly to look back at my gameplay. I thought if I stream the games, then when I was on the way to work, like on the train or something, I could watch my games back, and that was what I started doing. And that's what we did for FIFA 18, and we managed to go from Gold 2 to Top 100. We had a couple Top 100s on FIFA 18, but mainly we went from Gold 2 to Elite in the space of 2 or 3 months, which was really, really good. I'm really happy with it. And then I decided FIFA 19, right, let's have a push. Let's try and start, see if we can possibly compete on the big stage, because we were at that sort of end of the level, being able to compete with the pros. So FIFA 19 came around, we got verified pretty much straight away. We could play in the qualifiers, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, life commitments at home and whatnot, and I won't go into the backstory, but I had to walk away from FIFA. So I stopped streaming and I stopped uploading. I was, at the times when I was doing it, I wasn't massive or anything, obviously. And then we came back this year. Now, when we came back this year, Josh, one of the things that I kind of said to myself was, I don't have the time to play competitive FIFA. I don't have the ability to do it. I'm not going to be good enough. I work every Saturday. I can't play in the qualifiers. Now, we got verified to 27 wins on the second weekend of Foot Champ, so pretty quickly for a guy that wasn't taking it too serious. And I just knew straight away that pro wasn't where I was going to go to. Would I consider trying to get on the big stage and play as a professional player? I think I probably would if I wasn't working on weekends. If I had a different job or I had something else and I had the ability to play on the weekends, then yes, I definitely would look at it. But it does take a lot of time to be a pro, and I respect them a lot, because you sit in your room all day and you practice for really not a massive amount of prize pool and money. It can be there's a lot of pressure on it, let's say. Doing what I do, I don't have anyone pressuring me to make sure I do this, to make sure I do that. I help you guys get better. I was speaking to Mr. Dory the other day, and he said it the way he sees it with me at the minute is I'm like, the people's coach, so like the people's champion, I'm like the people's coach as a way. And that's kind of where we're at, and I'm enjoying it. So for now, we're going to carry on staying where they are. But yeah, if an opportunity came up and I could certainly start looking at trying to go back on the big stage, then yeah, we'd definitely give it a go. But that's kind of where we're at, and that's the reason why we've gone for the coach route more than anything. Our lovely man Kingpin, one of our Twitch mods, God knows why, has said, should EA ban goal celebrations next game? No, they absolutely shouldn't. I think if anyone gets tilted by goal celebrations, whether that's shushing, dabbing, whatever, it's just a celebration at the end of the day. It's allowed in real life football. It should be there, without a shadow of a doubt. It should be there. You guys let me know what you think in that down in the comment section, but I personally think, yeah, that should be there with no issues whatsoever. Big Flea has asked, how do you remain so calm during streams and in games, and do you have any tips for beginner console streamers who stream weekendly? So I'll start off with the first point. How do I remain so calm during streams and in games? Now, when I was playing competitive on FIFA 19, I didn't stay very calm, if I'm honest with you. I did used to get quite a little bit annoyed with FIFA. The stuff that can happen, the RNG, the lack of a skill gap, everything like that. Yes, I did very much get frustrated. I have a different approach now, because I'm not trying to be on that pro stage, on that stage or whatever. I very much just look at it now that the fact that I have 5 to 10 people sat there watching me stream, playing FIFA, talking to me is insane. And that's where it all started. That's what we were averaging a good few months ago. And now, instead of it being 5, 10 people, it's hundreds of people, which is crazy. Why would I get mad and angry at a game when people are spending their time to sit there and learn how to get better from me and ask me questions? I personally, I'm not a fan of raging at the game. There's bigger things going on. Now, do I understand why people rage? Yes, because it can be a very frustrating game. As I said, lack of skill gap, RNG, things going against you, delay, that sort of stuff. I'm not saying it's a perfect game. For me, I think there's bigger things going on in this world that, what's the point in getting mad? As the meme is, it's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? If you can just stay calm, guys, remember that unless this is your job, unless you have to play on a competitive stage, just stay calm. You don't need to get mad. It's a video game at the end of the day. It is meant to be here for fun, so just try and remember that, really. And do you have any tips for beginner console streamers who stream weekendly? I've never streamed from just the console myself. All I can say is that if you can set up a webcam, I think you can have the adaptation on Xbox. I'm not sure about PS, where you can have a camera attached. That'd be great. Just have it in the corner. And mainly, yeah, just obviously same as the normal advice. Just talk, interact with the chat as much as you have. One of the things that I will say to streamers, even when you haven't got a chat, constantly commentate about what you're doing and why. And you want to make it so that if a new viewer comes in, it's not just you playing FIFA and there's no one talking. You need to be talking, especially if you've got no webcam. They need to know that there's someone else on that back end of that console playing and interacting with it. So I've got Magnus that said here, the only thing I'd like to change menu-wise is coming back to home screen after a Rivals match. Why does it take forever to show points, won, lost, then Rivals point, show it all in one screen, not 3? I would completely agree with that. We're going to talk about FIFA 21 in just a second, but yeah, that is something. The menus do need a bit of a change around. I'm not very good in the menus. I'm good at FIFA and the game, but I'm certainly not good in the menus, and it doesn't really help me. So Joel has gone ahead and asked, who's one of our Twitch subs, and also one of our community members here on YouTube. Recently, YouTube have given us the ability to click the join button, which means you can support me extra. There's 3 different tiers. Have a little look if you are interested in that. Just a way of saying thank you for the content, but don't feel pressured into. Joel has said, don't you think EA should scrap the chemistry system? That would make teams more different. You could use any player you want and actually build your ultimate team. It would also lower the price of icons dramatically. What's your view on this? I completely agree. One of the things that I've always said with FIFA Ultimate Team is that chemistry should not be there. I believe, you'll have to quote me on this, boys, Madden or NFL or NBA or something, that chemistry doesn't exist on one of those games, one of the other franchises. And it is in FIFA Ultimate Team, and I don't understand why, because it's called Ultimate Team. You're trying to build your ultimate team. You know, if you want Ronaldo and Messi in the same team, and then you want Rashford up top, that's your ultimate team. It shouldn't be decided by having 100 chemistry and then your players being affected in game. So I completely agree. Chemistry shouldn't be there, in my honest opinion. I think you should be able to put whoever you want in an ultimate team. It just then means that teams can be a lot more diverse. You can have kind of what you want. It is cool having the ability to build hybrids and having to think about it a little bit more, but I also do think that at the end of the day, if I want to build this player, I should be able to build this player at any time and put them into my team without question, really, not having to worry about it too much. That's definitely one thing that I would like to see kind of moved in. Will they ever get there? No, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll ever change that, to be honest with you. You guys let me know what you think on that one. Moving over to Magnus again, one of our Twitch subs has said, is there any use to the dummy R1? I use it in the ball has gone 2 miles down the pitch and would have been intercepted. What is the best place to use it? The best place to use the dummy, which is where the player will let the ball go through his feet or behind him and he'll go and run onto it, is down on the wings. Say when you've got your right mid up against their left back and there's no one in behind. That is a great place. Instead of you taking a touch and looking for a 1-2, you can dummy it and just run straight in behind. It's going to be good if you've got someone absolutely rapid up against a not as quick fullback. So, you know, if you've got someone like Salah, Mbappe or something up against a not very quick fullback, or even later on in the game, you've just put a fresh sub on, the left back's been on for the whole 70 minutes, you've got fresh legs. That can be a really good chance for you to do it. Is it something that I recommend and use a load? No, it certainly isn't, but it does certainly have a time and a place. But that's kind of where the best place is for it. Not really useful inside the middle of the pitch. It's not useful trying to go from, you know, you play the pass into your right striker. It's not very good playing it into the left striker. It literally is down on that wing when you've got no one else in there. F1, again, the Twitch sub has asked, realistic wish list for next year's game. Honestly, I'd like to see more of a skill gap. I'd like to see manual defending rewarded a lot. And mainly, my biggest concern is these servers. The servers really do need to be looked at and fixed and just implemented a lot better. And yeah, they need to do a lot more on that front. So servers is kind of the main priority, and a skill gap. I want to be able to be rewarded when I'm a much better player and I can defend manually and be able to put pressure on myself on the gameplay side of things. Content wise, you know what me, I'm not that bothered about what SBCs come out, what cards come out. I just want to play the game and enjoy the game for what it is. And at the minute, when you've got bad connection, it's very frustrating when that happens. Should the game engine be replaced for next FIFA cycle? Keaton, sorry. Yes, and I imagine it will be going on to the next gen console. I would like to think they're probably going to keep the same sort of Frostbite, but they're going to hopefully build it from scratch again, is what I'd like to hope. But I don't know, to be honest with you. What they say and what they do, we don't know. I mean, Frostbite, obviously, you know, is EA. They're probably going to keep that, but I definitely think they kind of need to build it up and not use the same code and go from scratch, if that makes sense. Will that happen? Probably not. Mika's asked, how do you feel about scripting, momentum, gameplay feeling better at sometimes than others? Now, this is one thing that you guys, we have this topic a lot, if I'm honest with you. It's a difficult one. So do I feel about scripting momentum? Now, I personally don't think scripting momentum exists, right? I think there's random in the game. There's RNG, which is where, you know, sometimes you can do a lot of things fairly right and they won't always put the ball in the back of the net because it's football. There's got to be an element of randomness, unfortunately. You should be rewarded when you get into that goal scoring opportunity. It's on, you know, Mbappe, he's got 90 odd finishing, this many composure, you know, 100 times it's going to hit the back of the net 95 and then 5 times it goes wide or hit the post. It's going to be there. It's football. It can't just be every time you get into that case, you know, it scores. Should it be like that? Quite possibly, but you know, scores would be through the roof. Do I feel like I personally don't believe in it for the simple fact of, for me to get better, I have to put ownership on myself. If you guys want to get better and you have an excuse to blame something other than you won't get better. All right. There might be scripting, there might be momentum. I really don't care about it though. All I care about is what could I have done? All right, he's had 3 rebounds to get that goal, but 2 minutes ago I gave the ball away up his end of the pitch. That's what I can focus on. I can't focus on whether EA is going to allow him to find the back of the net or it's going to hit the crossbar 3 times and then falls to him or whatever. That doesn't bother me. I want to know what I could have defended better, how could I have attacked better, and all that sort of thing. bit of a different one. Thors has already asked, are we going to be doing some tactics for our higher end team? Yes, we will do, buddy. What changes to the game do you think needs to prioritise FIFA 21? Dino's asked, we've kind of just covered that on there. Talking Foot has asked, should the next FIFA, however difficult, stop having a meta players? No, meta is always going to be there in every single game that you play, regardless of what it is. Meta players, he means like, you know, Mbappe and Neymar are meta players. They're agile, they're quick, they've got good finishing, they've got good weak foot. While as someone, say Lewandowski, who's a fantastic striker in real life, he isn't really that usable on the game. He's a bit too tall, agility balance is a little bit low, he's not the quickest, he's not the greatest of player. Even though he can finish the ball, he doesn't get used that often for that reason. It is a little bit frustrating. I wish that there were more versatility in cards, more people that you could use. That would certainly be an element, but you know, I don't think that'll ever change, unfortunately. What do you think about playing 3 or 5 at the back? Certainly has its time and its place. Saran's asked, it definitely is good, but it has its time and its place. Callum's asked, what's your top most 3 enjoyable players? Timothy, Ronaldo, Neymar, and then I really enjoyed Scream Firmino and Shapeshifter Marcelo. That's not 3, but that's 4. So that's kind of looking on that as well for us. Do you think they'll ever bring back Icon SBCs? Yes, I really hope they do. I think they should bring them back next year, to be honest. It's been very hit and miss this year with icon swaps. I feel like it's been very disappointing. Chris has asked, how do you prepare mentally, because I have to break out opponents with like God tier? When the people have got better teams than you, it is very frustrating, it is very hard. I completely understand that. All you can do is try and focus on what you can do as the player and not so much what the team difference is. It is one of them things that is just going to be out of your control. Try and see how you can play. Sometimes you will lose a game because someone's got a better team, because they can just outmuscle you in the middle of the park, go up the other end and grab a goal and win 2-1. It's frustrating, but it is what it is, okay? I know that's not the thing that you want to hear, but it is what it is, all right? Why do they give the advantage to someone who's given away a penalty by showing where the attacker is aiming it? They've got rid of that, Dan. So it used to be that when you say where you want to go, so when you shoot, you know, the head direction. Now, if you move the head before you click shoot, it will show it. If you click shoot and then move the angle, it won't show it. So they've actually took that out of the game now. They did manage to go ahead and get rid of that. So that is no longer kind of in the game. So that's kind of going to be it for all the questions. We've kind of gone through pretty much all of them. There was a few others. Apologies that I have missed a couple. But yeah, so I mean, in terms of the draft, how have we got on? We played 2 drafts, as you can see, and we lose this one in the 90th minute, which I felt was a little bit frustrating. The game, I just couldn't play well in this game, to be honest. I really wasn't on it. You would have seen it if you were in the stream. We did lose. I couldn't really get going, but some good drafts there. The Ronaldinho Moments card is absolutely fantastic. Really like that. Really enjoy that card. And we got 45k coins in our first one, so stacking up ready for team of the season very nicely. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please do let me know what you would like to see in this Draft of Glory, how you would like me to go ahead and do it. I know it's something a little bit different here on the channel, so any support is appreciated. Once again, the links are in the description for things like Twitter, Twitch, all of that good stuff if you want to come over. Thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. You enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.